I'm live. I thought I'd try this. I don't know why, because I guess I'm bored. And I was trying to think of a vlog topic, and I couldn't. And I was like, well, maybe I'll just try how this live works, 'cause I've never gone live before. So I thought, what the heck? I'll just hit the live button and see what happens. Maybe somebody's around. Maybe nobody is. Hey, I don't know. I thought Dish with D, that'd be me, we'll just go live for a few minutes. Because I want to do this when it's actually prepared. Hey, Sue! Oh, somebody's actually here. I thought I'd just try this because I've never done it. And I thought, you know what? I don't know. I just thought I'd hit the live button. Hey, Mimi! Oh, good people are here. Goody. Because I thought, Lainey! Hey, Lainey! This is my first time going live because I couldn't think of a blog topic. And I thought, let me try this live because I'm bored. It's hot and I'm bored. So I thought, you know what? Let's just go live because Dish with D's a little bit out there. So if anybody has anything they'd like to ask, please do. A topic, something I'd like to talk about. I'm sitting here with the dog as he's chewing on a floor. But hey, Betty from Idaho, how you doing, girl? Yes, I'm just trying this out for no reason. Just trying this out for no reason that I'm just bored. And I thought, what the hey? I'm going to come on and see what happens when you do hit the live button because I've always seen it and never touched it. Biggest challenge losing 100 pounds. Staying motivated. Challenge losing 100 pounds. Staying motivated. Staying focused. Keep doing it. I mean, it's one thing to get, 10 pounds off 15. And like right now, I feel like I'm at this, well, because I have 100 off, I guess I'm happy. I would love to stop right now, but Weight Watchers wants me to lose. I guess I'm happy. I would love to stop right now, but Weight Watchers wants me to lose 11 more pounds. 11 more pounds. So unfair. So it's hard for me to get motivated because when you've been as heavy as I was, heck, 25 pounds off, you feel good. And it's funny, and people say, when do they first start noticing? And it wasn't until I probably lost, like, people say, when do they first start noticing? And it wasn't until I probably lost like 30, 35 pounds, like 30, 35 pounds that people started to say something. And then when you tell them that you lost 100, they're like, were you that heavy? One step in front of the other. Yep, that's it, Lainey. You just yep, that's it, Lainey. You just I tell people I tell people don't look at what you have to lose in total. I couldn't because it was 100 and what 10, 12 pounds. I thought that seemed like a monumentous task. And it is a monumentous task. That's a task. And it is a monumentous task. That's a teenager. And I'm thinking, how am I ever going to do that? So I just knew that I had to lose consistently and just small things. Like I would like to do 1.5 to 2 pounds a week, try to get to the 3 pounds. Like if I do 1.5 one week, I could do another 1.5, that'd be 3. The 3 pounds, like if I do 1.5 one week, I could do another 1.5, that'd be 3. Then I could do another 2, that'd be 5. So I had goals like that. That is what, and then all of a sudden you're at 25. You're like, oh, I remember my leader going, you're at 25 pounds. I'm like, yeah, I know. Kind of like what, in a way, fast, but not fast. So that was only like but not fast. So that was only like I say is and don't put and don't put the 0.2 losses, the 0.4, the 0.6, the 0.8, because they'll add up next week and give you like a whole pound. So I never took any weight loss for granted. I never did. 0.2, 0.4, I was happy for granted. I never did. 0.2, 0.4, I was happy. Heck, say the same, I was happy because I always did my version of Weight Watchers. Did my own thing because in reality, I knew that's who I am and that's how I was going to be afterwards, or, there's really no, and that's how I was going to be afterwards, or, there's really no afterwards. That's what I've learned too. Like you sit there and you race to get to goal. What's going to change your goal? Nothing. You're still going to be on the same food. You're still going to be eating the same way. Nothing really changes. They give you 5 extra points for maintenance, which can't wait for that. 5 extra points for maintenance, which can't wait for that. Because girlfriend, I use all my points. So yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm going to sit there, okay, I'm a goal, I'm going to be able to eat whatever I want. No, because then I'll put all the weight back on. So I still have to continue to eat the same healthy weight and healthy choices and amounts. I was a big volume eater. Healthy weight and healthy choices and amounts. I was a big volume eater. I always ate her. I always ate healthy. I just ate a lot of it. So that was hard for me not to go back for seconds. That was one of my big things. And I say it in one of the videos, the first week I was on, I was so sad that was when I put my plate of food in front of me. I knew that was all I could have. Sad that was when I put my plate of food in front of me. I knew that was all I could have, and then it was a decent plate of food. It just felt like I was on a diet, which I technically am, but I was sad, and I remember crying, and my son's like, "Mom, you have plenty of food there." I'm like, crying, and my son's like, "Mom, you have plenty of food there." I'm like, I know, but because I knew that was all I could have. And you growing up 40 years just having what you wanted when you wanted it, and never having to think, oh, you can't have anymore, or you shouldn't have anymore. Grew up in an Italian house, two Italian parents have anymore. Grew up in an Italian house, two Italian parents. Yep, day in, forever and ever. Yep. So that's what's in my mind. It's a lifestyle. This is how I'm going to have to. That's why I have what I want, not as much as I want, because I know it is a lifestyle. So if I want to have my son's birthday cake, because I know it is a lifestyle. So if I want to have my son's birthday cake, I might not have a whole piece. I might not have a whole piece of his birthday cake, but I'll have some because it's his birthday, and it's, I'm not going to deny myself. It's life, and life's going to give you stuff, and if they want to go out and get ice cream, and I'm not going to say, oh no, I can't, it's not on plan, everything's cream, and I'm not going to say, oh no, I can't, it's not on plan, everything is on plan. I just have to hopefully plan ahead. Like, I like to know ahead of time so I could have a decent day, so I have the extra points for the ice cream. But if I don't, I'll just get a microscopic size. 100 pounds. It took me, I started 100 pounds. It took me, I started in May. It was right after Mother's Day of 2016. My mother had passed away a few months prior to that. And I started in there, and I lost the first 50 by January of 2017. I was down 50. And then I sort of stagnated there for the next, might have got maybe 5 pounds off for June when it was a year. I probably had for June when it was a year. I probably had 56 pounds, but that's where I stalled at 56. And then from May of 2017 to October of 2017, I played with the same 5 pounds, up 2, down 3, up. It was the same 5 pounds, up 2, down 3, up. It was the same 5 pounds, and I should have maybe talked to my leader then, or talked to somebody. I was very frustrated, so I quit in October of 2017 because I wasn't paying to lose the same 5 pounds back and forth. And I thought I had it under control. Not. And then my friend Joan of Joan's Pointed Plate joined. She called me up saying she needed to join in February of 2018. And she said, "You still go? Then what day do you go?" I'm like, "Ooh, I don't go." And she said, "You still go? Then what day do you go?" I'm like, "Ooh, I don't go. I quit about 3 months ago, but I need to go back because I knew I was putting weight back on. I put 25 pounds back on." So when I went with her in February of 2018, I was 247. I started at 270. So I put back on. I was 247. I started at 270. So I put back on that amount of weight, and I've lost close to amount of weight, and I've lost close to 70 since then. So yeah, I'm now 1. I can't say it's hard to be when you're in the ones, when you're in the twos for so long. 168. Thunderstorms. Oh, we had tons of thunderstorms lately. But I learned, I eat a lot from the kids menu. All right, Karen. I eat a lot from the kids menu when it comes to certain restaurants because the portions are smaller. Like the kids' ice cream is much smaller. I love getting a Happy Meal. It's smaller. We went out to Five Guys. I don't know if you guys have a Five Guys where you're at. And I got the regular burger. Most of their burgers are double. So I got the regular single. I don't do cheese on my burgers because I'm not a big cheese person, so I don't like to waste points on something I really don't enjoy. To me, it's fine without it. But I know there are people that love cheese, and but I'm not that person, so I never get really cheese on my burgers anyway. So I got it in a lettuce wrap, and and it was only I think 6 points. It was delicious. It was crunchy, and I was able to eat out with them, and I enjoyed myself. Talk to you later, Lainey. So yeah, so there is thing I've learned to work a lot of restaurants, work menus. Like I said, when you eating out sometimes I don't find that hard. A lot of people do. You can get a lot of good options out. You just tell them sauce on the side. I double veg. I was out with my girls from my church group on Monday. I got the blackened grilled chicken with a side of broccoli and peas, and I was able to fit a roll in, and I had a salad. I had 12 points going into it, and I know I didn't need all 12 points. But when I'm out, I count the 12 points because I'm not really quite sure what was the chicken grilled with. I don't think it was blackened. It really wasn't that bad, but I had 12 points left. I always throw the 12 points at whatever I'm at. I don't sit there and try to, I'm not into banking points. If I'm at home and I know I have those points, then yeah, I can bank them. But if I'm out, I don't have to take the chance because, I had the roll, I had the chicken, I had the salad dressing, it was oil and vinegar. I do a lot of oil and vinegar as well. And I don't try to dunk the whole, I just kind of dip into the oil and vinegar. That helps. That's Hungry Girl's DDP, Dip Don't Pour. If anybody follow Hungry Girl, you should because she's fabulous. I do enjoy her daily things and emails and stuff. But back to my, I think, did I finish the weight loss journey? I don't remember. But yeah, from February of 2018 to hit my 100 pounds in June of 2019. So yeah, I was 147 then, and I was 170. To see the ones, that was a big thing to get in Wonderland. That's a big deal. When I hit 199, I was thrilled. People say, "How do you feel losing 100 pounds?" I don't know. Couldn't it still hasn't sunk in. You still feel like you're that person who was 270 pounds because that's just who you are. And I guess I'm glad I feel like her because then maybe I make better choices. But I don't think of myself as one. I think I'm 167 now, which is kind of nice. Oh, Five Guys. I never had. I didn't know if ours had the veggie. Is that what they do it in the roll with? I said I wanted meat. I was a carnivore, and I'm thinking, what they're going to cook that veggies in anyway? I might as well go for the beef. I had the lettuce wrap burger. It was I think 7 points, and I did have a few fries, not a lot. And I had. This is what I do when I'm out at a place like that. I get the Diet Coke, and I must have had 3 Diet Cokes. I filled up with vanilla Diet Coke. I think I had to stop at every place we went to on the way home to go to the bathroom. Diet Coke makes me go. It does. It makes me pee my brains out, and it bloats me, and I pee like a racehorse. So I know it doesn't happen for everybody, but it does for me. So normally when I'm out, I always get a diet soda because it just bloats me. I don't retain fluid from it, but it makes me feel like a racehorse. So I always, always have Diet Coke when I'm out. That's another tip from Dish with D that I do. I have Diet Coke when I'm out. I try to avoid like going to Mexican because the chips do me in all the time. I don't know if you guys have a problem with that, but I have a high addiction for salty things. Chips are one of them. Oh, they fry everything in California. I love me a good grilled burger. Five Guys isn't that close to us. It's my son. It was his birthday. That's where he wanted to go. Five Guys. He's 20, so we went to Five Guys. He got a nice milkshake and his double, and So I thought, you know what? It's life. I'm not gonna miss his birthday because I can't eat Five Guys, but I can eat Five Guys. Had I saved it better, I probably could have had a roll, but it was a long day and I was hungry. I get the phone call when you're at yeah. My husband always has to get the stinking chips, and we always go a day before weigh day. And I'm going, what the heck? Why do we have to come here on a day I get before weigh day? Like it's torture because I don't know how that would affect me, but yeah, I would eat way more points than I need to. Way more points in chips than I need to. Yes, Joni, I went live because I was trying to vlog and couldn't think of what to say, and I must have started it 8 times. And I thought, let me try what this live does. See if anybody's around. Hence, the only reason I'm doing live because I couldn't think. I thought maybe somebody will ask me something because I think I've been in the house too long. If everybody been in the house too long, it's been me. But I'm heading to Kohl's later because I have a 30% off. And husband wants to take me out. So when husband wants to take you out to Kohl's, talk me down from the chips. Are you having chips, Joan? I like chips. I like the Popcorners chips in the individual bags. If you see my snack video, if you haven't seen my snack video, you should because girls had a lot of snacks. What was funny about doing those two videos with the snacks and the bars is taking out what I have here. And I was like, holy crap, I have a lot. And speaking of holy crap, if you haven't checked out Holy Crap, I'm Fat. Oh, that's the call. Yeah, I get the call to Joan. Yeah, I got the chips. Yeah, the chips. Um, Holy Crap, I'm Fat. If you haven't checked out her YouTube or her on Instagram, you need to because she's going to have a revolution. You heard it here first. She is starting a revolution. Be one of her fabbies. You won't regret it. She's awesome. It's really hot out, and I went out there to walk the dog, and the poor dog just sat in the grass. He was so hot. I'm like, poor thing. But now he's eating his hoof, so he's happy and quiet. Other than that, I don't really have much else to. Anybody have any questions, concerns, smut? God, people are flying in here. I don't see unless you comment if you're here. So if you're here, say hi. If you have a question, let me know. I don't. This is my first live on No, what the heck am I on? I'm on YouTube. I really don't know what I'm doing, so I hope somebody can enlighten me on what I'm doing because I don't even know how to get out of this. I could be live for the rest of the stinking day because that's how it's going to go because I don't even know how to, I think I just X out, but I'm not quite sure. So, I am Dish with D. My name is Denise. I dish. I live in Northeast Philadelphia. No, Northeast United States. I'm outside Philadelphia. I grew up in Philadelphia. That's probably why I said that. Yeah, I'm a Northeast Philly girl. Hi from New Hampshire, Northeast as well. Yes, I grew up in Philadelphia. Filthydelphia, some people call it, but I never did. I was in the Northeast. It was very outskirts of the city. But it was a great place to grow up, home of the Phillies, Eagles, Flyers, and Sixers. So yeah, my family was very big into sports. We went to a lot of the games. My dad worked for the Phillies and the Eagles. I enjoy a good cheesesteak every once in a while. But, always be a Philly girl at heart. Hi, Ann. Anybody have any questions? Topic discussions? Things about my personal life? You don't know about my personal life. I am 52 years old. I work as a teacher's aide in school. Hopefully my kids are on. Hi, Dawn from New Jersey. Hey, Dawn, what part are you? Are you more North New Jersey than we are? Because I'm here down south. We're right below Woodbury here. But I love living in New Jersey. I mean, we are like the produce capital of the world. I mean, this is my favorite time of year. But the tomatoes and the corn and the cantaloupes and the peaches, blueberries. It's just a great place to. And I just saw my first Sicilian eggplant last weekend, so I'm excited. The eggplants are out. So hopefully you'll be seeing some really good food in the next few weeks. I've not been really into cooking lately. It's been too hot, but I need to get into. I want to make like my grilled chicken eggplant parm. I like grilling that on the grill with a beautiful slice of Jersey tomato on top. It's delish. I did make my homemade ranch the other day. Oh, somebody's coming in. What time is it? Oh, it's this Patrick coming home from Kohl's. The oldest works at Kohl's. Complains all the time. But other than that, anybody have anything fun to ask, talk about? Don't talk, Pat, because I'm on a live feed. He's just like, yes, no, I won't show Pat. Don't worry, he'll be fine. I'm Middletown. I guess it's central. I'm not far from Sandy Hook, and okay. I'm not familiar with that area, but I've somewhat heard of that area. But we're less lower. Oh, thank you, Mary. My humor is a bit interesting. I kind of say what comes to my mind. It's in the mind, out the mouth before I even can think, because it's just how I am. And I've always been that way. And I always feel it's just honesty and speaking from your heart is the best way to go. Bailey, he's doing better. He's not 100%, but I've definitely seen progress. I mean, he still kind of walks. He wants to walk and he wants to do stuff, but he just kind of doesn't have the strength back there that I have to say, this is maybe too much information, but when he pees, he does lift his leg. Hi, Anna Marie. So that's a good sign that he's doing that. My favorite Weight Watchers meal. I don't know I mean, Weight Watchers meal. I mean, I, being on the freestyle, I guess it's fish, shrimp, anything shrimp. I made shrimp about a week ago, and it was just desperation. I had this desperation. I had this 2 pound bag of frozen shrimp. They were the beautiful large shrimp, and I wanted to do something with them, and I didn't wanted to make it grilled. I didn't want to have to count it, so I had this barbecue dry rub that I get at our local Amish market, and I just dusted it because the shrimp, once it thaws, it's still wet. So I just dusted it and I put it in my indoor grill pan. I just put a brush, spray with I use a Misto olive oil sprayer. It sprays very little, and I just dry grilled them. They were so good, and my son, I was like, Mom, these are really good, and they were. And I'm a big cauliflower rice person. I know a lot of people don't like cauliflower rice, but I do, and oh, a recipe makeover collab. Oh, please include me, Sue. I would love, cooking is not my forte on camera, as you've seen, but I do like to give information, but and I will attempt to cook. It might be a little bit of a hot mess, but please, keep me in mind when you do that, Sue, because I like to, pasta primavera. No, my family pretty much eats what I eat, except for the young one. He's a bit of a hot mess, but he always was a hot mess. But my husband will eat anything I put in front of him. He's always been good that way. My other son will eat anything I pretty much put in front of him. The next one, as long as it's something he likes, like with vegetables, like he loves broccoli and he loves vegetables like zucchini. He'll eat anything usually, and as long as it's pasta, he'll be right there for that. He loves my pasta primavera, and it's very simple. And my sauce of pasta primavera consists of the pasta water, into the vegetables that you've sautéed, and a little bit of olive oil, and you throw some pasta water in there, and it creates a sauce. And of course, I'm big on garlic, and a little Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese goes a long way in flavor, so that's really the sauce, and tons of black pepper because I like my black pepper, and he loves that. So when I make that, he's the middle one. He'll eat that. The little one, he's not too, well, he's pretty bad, but if I make like a biscuit bake, take for instance, I will load their side of the biscuit bake with a little bit extra biscuits, and the one side will be the lower amount, the regular amount for the Weight Watcher. But so that's I'll bulk his up because he'll need more than that. Egg roll in a bowl is the bomb. Now my son likes that. The little one, he loves the shrimp. He loves any kind of seafood I make. He's a big seafood lover, so he loves that. He doesn't mind actually the cauliflower rice. The little one, which is he's a weird eater, so he likes weird stuff. So he loves, like, I get the Trader Joe's cauliflower gnocchi. He will devour that, literally devour that. And which is funny, he doesn't like certain foods, but he likes cauliflower gnocchi. And he said my cauliflower rice was edible. That's a compliment from him. And he'll eat anything grilled, any protein grilled. So I just try to like bulk what they eat a little bit more than what I eat. That's, if that makes any sense. But we were always big grillers. I was always a big baker. I roast things. I was never a big fryer, so we never really had fried things. Like possibly, even chicken parm, I always put in the oven. I've been baking my chicken for years. It's a wonder I haven't lost weight before. But yeah, my little one does not like pasta. My Italian child does not like pasta. I cannot figure that out. No, he likes lasagna. That's about the only thing he'll eat. And he likes gnocchi, regular gnocchi. So I can make that. And it's just more like eating the same foods, just eating less. That's always been my thing. My thing is I always ate pretty well. I just ate way too much of it. So now I've learned, portion control is a big thing for me. That's been my biggest, and bread. Grew up. My dad, we had bacon. When you lived in Philly, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a Philly history. They had like these bread bakeries everywhere. I mean, up the street. I was in Northeast. We were very rural, in a very what do you call it, residential area, and they always had these big brick ovens and everywhere, and we had baked bread a lot, and it was cheap. Growing up, like my dad, didn't have like the best job, and he didn't go to back then he didn't finish high school, so he had a decent job, but I mean, we still my parents always struggled, and we always was always able to afford bread, and bread was cheap, and he would come in with they called them the bulbily loaves, so the big oval loaves of bread all the time, Philly had the best bread. It's very hard living in New Jersey not having the good bread, so that was my big struggle moving here is the bread. I love bread, so that's hard. My husband brings home bread a lot, and I'm like, but you know what? You can have bread. I just can't have as much bread as I'd like to have. I can have a slice, and you know what? I enjoy that slice of bread. I really do. And other than that, I think yes, I do like the cauliflower gnocchi, Anne Marie. I do enjoy it. It's very precarious to make. It's you have to follow I follow the directions on the back of the bag, but you really have to baby it. It's not something that it's just you can't touch it. Yes, from Trader Joe's. I love Trader Joe's. But yeah, you have to you steam it, and then you have to pan fry it with a little bit of butter. But you can't play with it because it's very delicate. Obviously, it's gnocchi. It's cauliflower, and it eventually gets that crust. And once you get the crust, that's what makes it. And it crusts on each side. Yes, you have to brown it. It just will turn into gunk, and Joan will attest to that. Yeah, it will be very gunky, but it is. It's not something you have to sit there and keep moving. You just let it sit, let it get that crust, then you flip it on, keep flip, once it's crust, then you flip it again. It takes a while, and then put it over a little bit of homemade pesto. Yeah, I can't get homemade pesto because my basil's dead. Yes, my basil and my parsley. Maybe I will take pictures of them and show it on my Instagram. My dead parsley and my dead basil. It's thankfully, my neighbor Teresa next door has a beautiful abundance of basil, and she says I could help myself because mine's dead. Every year I try, I move it. Somebody said I have to put it with rocks. Egg roll in a bowl is awesome. Yep, and you can get it for 0 points if you use the lowest, or I should say, the lowest fat of turkey or chicken. You can do shrimp. I prefer the ground 99% if you can find it, turkey or chicken. I love the little pieces of meat in there, and I always put a little squirt of ginger. That's the bomb. That squirt of ginger, that ginger paste is awesome. And I actually do like, which is weird, is fish sauce. I do have put little dots of fish sauce, and you got to have the sesame oil. A little drizzle on top. Not a lot. A little bit goes a long way. Sesame oil is very strong. I do not cook with sesame oil. It burns and it gets bitter. So I do my saute in a little bit of olive oil, and then I drizzle. To me, sesame oil is what I call a finishing oil. Yeah, you can do chicken. Yeah, you can do anything. I've used chicken breast. I've used ground chicken. I've used pork, ground pork. I've used shrimp. I've used everything. It's just you just change it up, and it's a go-to. Right now, I'm gonna have I'm an Instant Pot chicken breast. I'm going to shred those, and I have some black beans and some salsa. I'm going to shred that all together, and I'm just going to do some. I don't know. I might make some cauliflower rice. I do have, because I got at Sam's Club a 4-pack, 4 individual bags of cauliflower rice, so I can have cauliflower rice whenever I want. But Trader Joe's, yeah, I do enjoy good. Oh, I know what I love. One of my new favorite things at Trader Joe's is, and I always forget to tell people when they go, is the succotash. If you've never had it, you need to. It's succotash without the lima beans. They put soybeans. Hi, Holly. Oh, that sounds delicious. But the succotash at Trader Joe's, their veggie fried rice is really good. Any of their dumplings, their chicken cilantro wontons. I've had their cauliflower crust pizza. It's not bad. I love the big long flatbread you get in the fresh bread section. And that's the first place I've ever find the Ezekiel bread fresh. Usually our store, our supermarket has it in the freezer section. I don't know why, I guess it doesn't go, but you can get it fresh at Trader Joe's. And if you've ever had Ezekiel sesame bread, you have not lived. I'm sorry. It's 2 points a slice. It makes the best avocado toast you've ever had. It's a seed bread. I don't think it's a flour bread. It's more of a seed bread. And the sesame is my favorite. Not, they're all good, but the sesame, and you toast that, it gets, I'm all about crunch. And you smear your avocado and weigh your avocado, you get more. And it's just so good. In fact, I have some Ezekiel bread. I haven't had any for a while. It's in the freezer in the basement. I need to get that out. Maybe tomorrow. This morning I had Kodiak cake pancakes. I had, if you check my Instagram, dish with D underscore. I think it's dish underscore with underscore D. I do usually it's in one of my information stuff. But I do post my breakfast. I've been making, people want me to post lunch and dinner. My lunches and dinner aren't that great, but my breakfasts always are. But I had the regular Kodiak mix, the buttermilk. I usually do a third cup for 3 points. I add an egg, and I use the Trader Joe's again, unsweetened macadamia cashew almond milk to blend. It's just different. Almond milk is good. You could use almond milk, but I've been getting this one at Trader Joe's, and a third cup. It's zero, so I don't have to have the egg and the milk, and I mix in the Kodiak, and it just makes them a little bit decadent. And today I put thanks to Trader Joe's. Thanks for Joe's Pointed Plate for picking me up the cake batter extract. If you have not tried the cake batter extract, you need to, because that stuff is the bomb diggity. I put a couple drops of that, mixed it, and I made about, I think I got 5 little pancakes. And I do my 2 tablespoons of sugar-free syrup for zero. So it was a 3-point breakfast. It was delicious, satisfying, filling. Now, I should have went down and got the chicken sausage, but I thought, you know what? I'll do without the sausage today. But it was the Jones she picked me up again at Costco, was 3 links for 2 points. Chicken sausage was really good too. I enjoyed it, but I didn't have it today. I think I had pancakes yesterday too. I've been having pancakes. No, or I have scrambled eggs. I can't remember. I do post them. I either have pancakes, scrambled eggs. I do make the quiche cups are really good too. I do have been enjoying the zucchini quiche cups. That is on my recipes here that I did make them. They were really good. You shred a zucchini, and there's basil and sun-dried tomatoes. And I cut back on the cheese last time, so it actually saved a point or two. But you get 2 quiche cups for 1 point, 4 quiche cups for 2 points, and they're really good. I really do enjoy them. But other than that, my breakfasts are pretty standard. But that's my favorite meal. I think it's the easiest meal because it's the most, what you have the most fun with. Especially when they made egg zero, it upped the game for everything. In fact, so I kind of enjoy breakfast the most. Lunch, I normally have either a wrap with those. There's Tomarsos or the Ole Extreme wraps or 1 point, depending on the flavor, of course. I usually try to find the 1 point ones. I have that with the 0 point turkey or at the counter point of ham, depending on what I have. I don't put cheese because I don't waste points on cheese. I do like to slice, which is really fun. If you ever have a cucumber and slice it really, really thin and put it in your wrap, it adds a nice little crunch element. But it looks like just tart lettuce, so I've always wanted something crunchy. And sometimes a bag of chips. Hi, Dee. Hi, Carol. So happy to see you live. What seemed to work best for you when losing the most? Oh, I don't know what that said. Could I see that again? See, I don't know how to read the things. Um, I don't. I missed what you said because it's not showing. Oh, maybe is it here? I don't know. What worked best for me? It's a hard one. I didn't see the rest of your question. I feel bad because I don't. I am new at this, so you guys have to excuse me because I am not knowing what I'm doing here. Trying to figure out how to get that question back up. Da, 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 da. Top chat. Some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. All messages are visible. Well, here we go. What seemed to work best for you losing the most in a week? Oh, well, probably limiting carbs. If I just limit carbs to breakfast and not dinner, then I usually do well. Like if I do double veg at dinner, if I do like cauliflower rice in dinner as opposed to a regular rice, that usually helps. Fish. Seems like what I always do well when I have more fish. And I always would have fish the night before weigh-in. That was one of my big things. Would always have a fish dinner the night before weigh-in. Because fish I always thought was the lightest thing. And I always would do like a little on a bed of like zucchini. I was a big fan of making zucchini stir fries. I would just sit there and chop a zucchini up and have it on a bed of zucchini. Carbs. Yeah, carbs are, I mean, they're not all bad, but I guess in order to see a better weight loss, I would have to cut my carbs a little bit. But I don't, you know, unless I didn't have carbs for breakfast and I'd be able to have them later. I don't count the wrap as a carb. I mean, and most times, oh, I've never finished. Most times my lunches are leftover dinner. If I'm at work, I would always put whatever we had for lunch, I always put it in a container and take it to like my leftover stir fries or my leftover zucchini medleys. And I'm weird. I like things cold. I didn't like heating them up. I was weird like that. Egg roll in a bowl. I love that cold. I take that for lunch. So I would eat most of my lunches for dinner. Most of my dinners for lunch. Thank you, Carol. I try to be real because I am who I am. I mean, and I try to sugarcoat things. A lot of people, I just don't because I don't feel that's helpful. I mean, I think I always when I say to people, Weight Watchers is hard. I think it is. I think anything is hard when you can't have what you want and the amount you want. That's hard. When you're used to just having it, this is what I want, and I'm always going to want it. I still desire. I'm waiting for the time where I'm actually satisfied, and I haven't hit that part yet. I go to bed hungry a lot. I leave the table hungry a lot, pretty much all the time. I very rarely ever leave the table where I'm actually breakfast. I'm usually satisfied because I really don't have time not to be. I'm usually eating breakfast and heading out to work, so I don't really think the fact that I'm hungry. Though I have to say, I have stopped having my mid morning. Hi Tony, having my mid morning snack, which is weird because I used to always plan a snack in the morning, and then realized once freestyle, I didn't need a snack. I didn't feel hungry, and even today, I didn't desire a snack. So my snacking is usually late afternoon, like 3 o'clock, watching General Hospital. Yeah, I'm watching General Hospital since the 70s. Oh. So sometimes I like to have a snack then. That's where my hunger usually hits, is usually mid afternoon. And sometimes I'll have a banana. Oh, all right. I will get to that cauliflower rice question in a minute. The snacks. Yeah, I find that's when I have my snacks is in the afternoon. I've been doing those little one bag pretzels and hummus or a piece of fruit. I've been eating, I don't like bananas, but bananas are filling in their zeros. So sometimes I'll have a banana, an apple. I don't eat the same thing every day, but my cauliflower rice, here's my secret now. I don't think it's really a big secret, but I really don't cook it. I just really get the heat through it and I shut it off. So it's still bitey because to me that tastes more like rice. If I overcook it, it gets mushy, it tastes like cauliflower. I like it to taste more of a rice consistency. If I'm going to have cauliflower, I'll just chop a head of cauliflower. But if I want the taste of rice, I just put it in the pan at the very end. And if it's frozen, just let it thaw. It doesn't take long if the pan's hot. But really, I don't cook it. I pretty much don't. So it has more the texture of rice. I love mixing it with regular rice. That's awesome too. And it bulks your plate up. I'm all about, girl likes her volume. So I could have my like half a cup of rice in with my big bowl. And yeah, it looks like, yeah, but try not, or try thawing it before Anna Marie and then just heating it through. Don't cook it. I'm a big opponent of not cooking it. Because if you can eat cauliflower raw anyway, so what's the point? It doesn't have to be cooked. But I usually use the Trader Joe's in the fresh produce section, their bag of cauliflower rice. It's just rice cauliflower. Or I buy a head of cauliflower, throw it in my food processor, whiz it up. You got rice cauliflower. It doesn't really take much of anything. Just depends on your mood. If I'm there, I'll grab a bag. Hey, Christy! Yeah, I just did this as a I was bored and I was trying to film a vlog and I must have started it 5 or 6 times and I couldn't think of what to say. So I'm thinking, let's see what this go live does. So hence I went live. So an unplanned live because I wanted to have a planned Q&A, which I will still do. Because I know a lot of people are working and so I'm gonna do that probably like on a weekend. Don't we love Christy? Planning us healthy. She's so cute. Um, so yes, so yeah, I don't really snack as much. You know what? Joan, post Pointed Plate, picked me up a beet hummus. Oh my God. I adore hummus and I adore beets. So it was just goes to show that I adore beet hummus. I finished it. I think she gave it to me a week ago. I think I just finished it last night. It was so good. And see, having it like that, we love you, Christy Wags. I have calling her Wags. I don't know why. Um, oh, the phone's ringing, but I'm not answering it. It inspired me. You too, Tony. No, Right Aid. Inspired to make my own hummus. If you have not made if you have never made your own hummus, you need to. It's the easiest thing in the world. I don't. I lost my train of thought. When the messages come up, I have to read them. I don't add the tahini because that's what adds the points. So plus tahini's a pain in the neck because it separates and it's annoying for me to have to, the tahini's the sesame paste. So what I read somewhere that somebody used non-fat Greek yogurt. Joan was on. I'm not sure if she's still here. Joan, are you still here? Say hi to Anna Marie. Um, I don't. It's non-fat Greek yogurt. So when I get my chickpeas, I whiz them up. I throw a couple tablespoons of the non-fat Greek yogurt. I love it. I don't miss the tahini at all. I don't. I throw some lemon juice, some garlic, sometimes a little bit of EVOO, just a little bit. And that's how I make my hummus. And I asked the girl on the Weight Watchers, the coach on the app, I think I said to her, listen, I know when you process fruit, you make smoothies, you have to count it. What about chickpeas? And she said, I said, making it into a dip. And she said, you don't have to count as long as you're not drinking it. If it's a dip, you don't have to count it. So I don't count it. I don't eat the whole bowl of it, but I don't count what I use. And all that's in there is chickpeas, yogurt, lemon juice, garlic, and maybe a itty bitty little olive oil. Or sometimes I use water to thin it out. That works too. So no, I don't count it. So now, because of that hummus, that beet hummus, I'm going to roast some beets today. And I think I have chickpeas downstairs. I'll have to check. I have used white beans in my dip too. I've done that too, just whiz the white beans up. But I might do the beets. I'm going to roast them and mix them. I've done it with the eggplant. I've mixed roasted eggplant in with the chickpeas. Now, I don't understand why Weight Watchers makes you count roasted chickpeas because it's a snack food, they say, but you've not added anything to it. But, what is a success story? I don't know what she just no, cancel. My favorite dip is Ina Garten's eggplant dip. Is when she roasts eggplant, bell peppers, one eggplant, two bell peppers, and some onion and some garlic. You roast it 400 for about 20-25 minutes. Put it in the food processor. Add a tablespoon or two of tomato paste, salt, pepper, and it's ready. It's my favorite dip of all time. I make that a lot during the summer because when eggplants are in abundance, I throw that. In fact, I told you, I think I mix that with the chickpeas to make, like, I called it baba ganoush, which is what I call that, meets hummus, and it was absolutely outstanding. Oh, thank you, Carol. I am a work in progress. That's what I call myself. I will always be a work in progress. I don't know if I'll ever consider myself fully healed. I'm always gonna feel like I'm always on this journey, and I'm waiting for the day where I don't want to eat. Hasn't happened yet. What chickpeas taste like? Um, Describe the taste. I don't know how to describe. Anybody know how to describe the taste of chickpeas? It's Hi Rose. Describe the taste of chickpeas. I mean, hummus is like a creaminess. They get creamy when you blend them. So it's very creaminess. You should try it. I mean, buy packaged hummus. We grew up with eating pasta and beans. So my mother put chickpeas in our pasta. That's how we had our pasta fazool, was always with chickpeas. So I grew up with chickpeas. And making them into a hummus, when I first started to taste hummus, I was like, oh my God, sorry about that. Getting a stiff hand, I'll just switch hands, is ingenious. So, and then when I learned about trying not to use a tahini in, because this is, trying to save points, because, I'm all about eating. So trying to get something that was lower in points that I could eat more of, I was up for that. Um, so I mean, like eating my hummus, I try to eat it with cucumbers. Um, oh, Wags has not tried chickpeas either. They're great in salad. I mean, I love them thrown in a salad. I love chickpeas. I mean, it's kind of like just like it's like a nutty. I can't just, I really can't. You just have to try it. And don't give up on if you don't like it the first time, because you can do it different ways. It'll change it, like chickpeas, and then when you make hummus, it's totally different. So don't give up just because you don't like chickpeas, because you might like hummus. But I was lost my train of thought, which is not uncommon for me, because I'm just going off. This is how I vlog. I just go off. Something about chickpeas. You know what else is a good dip? And I have not done it yet. And it's in my church cookbook that I put in, a roasted carrot dip. Now, I found this on the web, which was interesting, is it's just carrots and Greek yogurt. And it's another 0 point dip. I'm going to have to do that. I got to post that one, because I haven't. So I had overabundance of carrots, and I found something on the web to do with them. It was this roasted carrot dip. What I was dipping. That's what it was. I love to dip cucumbers in my hummus. I love to dip. Try to avoid things that are high in point. I am into the sugar snap peas. They're my new favorite. I dipped it in my ranch dip in my video. I love to dip the little mini bell peppers. My favorite thing is radishes. Yes. They're crunchy and they're tasty. So I've been trying to find different things that I don't have to count, because I'm all about, again, eating volume. Dish with D likes to eat. Actually, I should have called my channel Likes to Eat, because I do. So, and that's yet to change. I don't ever sit there and say, oh, you never hear, I don't think my family's ever heard me say, I'm stuffed. I am so full I couldn't eat another thing. No, that's never been said out of my mouth. Very rarely have I ever said that. If I've said that, I've really eaten my face off. But, I'm always trying to, like I said, I love doing the ranch. I try to lower the points on the ranch so I can have more of it. Hummus is my homemade hummus. I don't use the tahini, so I can have more of it. I mean, like making dips out of vegetables has been my thing. And Ina Garten, her roasted eggplant dip, if you look it up on the web, I do that, and it's delicious. My little one, my fuss pot, loves it. He's not little, he's 20, but he doesn't like a lot of vegetables. He scarfs that down like there's no tomorrow. And it's eggplant, bell peppers, onions, garlic, and tomato paste. And you guys could leave out the tomato paste if you don't want it. She does it with tahini. I should try it with Greek yogurt. I did try it with, well, I did try it. I mixed that in with, didn't use the tomato paste, mixed those veggies in with the chickpeas. It was delicious. And I made a vat of it, and it was just like around for a week. And sometimes I'll use a Joseph's pita, cut them up. Big on the lavash chips. I have a video on it. You've got to make lavash chips, crackers, whatever you want to call them, out of the lavash bread. I think it makes a horrible wrap. It does not taste good as a wrap. I don't like it anyway. But they're big sheets for 2 points. I get like 30 to 40, depending on the size. They're awesome. I made them for, we went to a winery and we were able to bring food. I like putting chickpeas in salad too, Rose. Yep. And I brought my homemade hummus with my lavash chips, and the girls there loved it. They're like, Denise, these are really good. I'm like, I really bought them for me because I bought them regular chips, but it was okay. I made plenty. But yeah, they were really good, and I'm addicted. In fact, I'm out of lavash, which is really sad because I adore the middle kid loved them. Bye, Christy. Hugs back. I made them with a fruit salsa, and I sprinkled Splenda and cinnamon on top. They were so good. You cut them as big as you like, or as small as you like, and you put them on I did a foil-lined pan with spray, put the chips on there, sprayed the tops with the pan, sprinkled the Splenda and cinnamon, not a lot, threw them in the oven. A coach. Well, we'll see. They won't ask me until I hit goals, so Once I get this stinking 11 pounds off, which is probably going to be another 4 or 5 months. But yeah, I would consider it. I mean, I would. That. What's good about being that is it keeps me focused. It keeps me staying focused because you know how easy it is to go off, and once you go off, you lose the mindset and you lose the drive, and you just don't care. Because I've been there, and like I said, I put 25 pounds on in 3 months. I thought I was doing good. That's the hilarious part. I thought I know what I'm doing. I'm doing good. No, apparently I didn't because I was up. So yeah, being a working for Weight Watchers is definitely I would definitely consider it if they would want me. I definitely. Yes, I am 100% Italian. If I was a dog, I'd have papers. I tell it all the time. That's why I don't want to have that genealogy done because if I find out that I'm not Italian, I'll be devastated. 'Cause I love, love, love being Italian. I don't know. I guess it's just the culture, the food, the people. I grew up in an Italian neighborhood in Philly. We belonged to an Italian church. We were everybody you lived. You had to be 100% Italian to get into this parish. That's how bad it was back. We're talking back in the '60s. And I grew up in that neighborhood, and everybody was everybody, and we were all Italian, and it's just how I grew up. I mean, was I sheltered? Probably. I mean, I didn't know any different. I always say that I didn't know any different. We're Italian Catholics. That's how we were, and I've learned a lot. My husband is not Italian. Not, and I did. It's funny. I didn't want to marry an Italian. I didn't. I thought Italian men were spoiled. I thought Italian men were mama's boys, and I wasn't waiting on nobody. So no girl married herself an Irish German guy. No, I did not like Italian men. Mm-mm. See, when you grow up with them, you know. I mean, granted, they're all not all like that, but all my area were. So I kind of, this girl did not like men that were Italian. But I loved being in. I mean, and it's funny when my husband came to different things, family functions. It was always about the food, and tons of it. I mean, you had enough for 18, 30 people to come that you didn't expect because the table was full of food. Christmas Eve, all the fish dishes, and the desserts and the appetizers, and he was just like, wow. I'm like, and every Sunday it was spaghetti, homemade gravy. Yes, it was gravy, and it was fried meatballs. My mom would make scads of meatballs, and we would always have fried meatballs in the afternoon, and then she put them in the sauce for later. We always had sausage in our gravy. We always had big country ribs in our gravy, and the sauce cooked in that with that meat all day. And that's where I grew up. And we always had spaghetti twice, well, macaroni twice a week because spaghetti was on Sundays, and then we always had my mom called it a cut macaroni, like a ziti or a twist or a wagon wheel. I love the wagon wheels. Back during the week because twice a week you had pasta. That's just how it was, and I never thought anything of it. Spaghetti on Sunday. I mean, and my mom made the best fried meatballs in the world with little chunks of bread and Parmesan cheese in there. Fish stew. We used to have the Feast of the Seven Fishes. I grew up with the anchovy gravy and the smelts and the bacala. I mean, I do the fish, the anchovy gravy because my mom is no longer here. So I have taken on that tradition. So we have the Christmas Eve morning always smelled like anchovies in my house. Because when we grew up, that's what you woke up to the smell of her sauteing the anchovies in the olive oil. And that permeates the house. It's a smell you never forget. So every Christmas Eve morning now, my kids have grown up with the smell of the anchovies, and it's a very light sauce too. That's one of the why I really continue it. I don't do the smelts. I never like the smelts. Bacala, I was never fond of the way my mother made bacala. Bacala is more. It's a salt cod that you have to soak for days because it's salt. It's cured in salt. So in order to get it to be palatable, you have to soak it, rinse it for days, just so it gets rid of that salt. But that's how they cure it. And I have not tried bacala since she went. I'm gonna have to. I'm thinking about making. I saw a recipe for bacala balls, so I might make them in my air fryer. So love the air fryer. Who doesn't love our air fryer? Instant Pot. Love my gadgets. Pat, why is that thing making noise? Make sure it's shut. They know you're here, Pat, because I've already told them you walked in. So yes, I love making my eggs in the Instant Pot. I love making yogurt in the Instant Pot. I like making chicken in the Instant Pot. I do. I don't, I'm not big on air fryer. I use my convection oven, which isn't what an air fryer is. So if I'd known that, I wouldn't have bought an air fryer, but live and learn. So if you're looking for an air fryer, you have a convection oven. Did you have a convection oven? The convection setting, that is an air fryer, the fan. So I love using that setting. That's how I cook the chips, the lavash chips, so they get nice and crispy in there. Well, I've been on for 53 minutes. I didn't think I was going to be on this long. I thank you all for showing up and asking questions. I had a fun time. It was my first live, and it was successful. Now that I figure out how to get the heck out of this live, I will even be more successful. I am planning on doing a regular live, scheduled live, probably on the weekend. I'm not sure if it'll be this weekend or next weekend, but I want to do a live Q&A. Thanks, Rose. Thank you guys for coming in. I didn't think I'd see anybody. I thought I would just pop in and see how it worked. I'm so glad you all came, and it was a successful vlog. And you know what? Keep watching Dish with D. I'm so grateful to have you in the Dish with D community. And we're all making strides, and we're all in this together. I sing that a lot. That's from that show, High School Musical, I think. I don't know. I'm showing myself. All right, guys. Have a great day. If I can figure out how to shut this off, I will. If not, we'll just continue to talk until I figure it out. I think I hit the X, but I'm not quite sure. Oh, thanks, Dawn. Thanks for showing up, guys. This is pretty fun. I didn't think I'd talk that long, but it's almost an hour. But yeah, and I know I kind of get scattered. That's just me. Bye. Let me figure out how to get out of this. Do I hit this? No, I guess I'm going to hit this. Okay.